Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
How is everyone?
Hello.
I know. I feel like it's just been like such a shitty start to the year that we're like, sometimes it takes us like a little bit to get into an episode because we're so like low energy.
I'm so over 2025 already. I'm like, let's next year. Come on, like it.
Oh, it's so bad. I'm trying to think of a good thing. I guess I got to go to some concerts. Like that was cool, but like it's more of a distraction from the terribleness than anything.
It's not even like worldwide terribleness. It's just like my own personal life terribleness. And then you add the worldwide terribleness on it. You're just like, fuck. Like, so I'm going to go to bed. And like Green Day said, wake me up when it ends. They said September, but I want the whole year.
Yeah, no, just when it ends. Whenever that is, just when it ends, then you can wake me up. That's fine.
Yeah. But we had good news last episode. I was complaining about my dog, and he's on the mend, so that's good.
Yay.
But my chest herpes has spread. So
no.
that's
I don't like, has it spread around the same boob, or has it jumped boobs?
No. It's like fucking just like abandoned ship. It's like, it's still the one titty. And it's starting to burn. Like we talked about it last episode. It was like nothing. It was fine. It's starting to burn. I don't know I feel like maybe I should go to the doctors, but like, what am I supposed to do? Take time off work? Like that's
the worst.
It's probably, I don't know, put like a tropical cream on it and like see if that helps.
I tried, and I feel like it might have made it worse. Like it made it angry.
Isn't it a topical cream?
Yeah, topical. I knew what she meant, though.
Oh, okay.
Topical. Yeah, that's what I meant.
You should go to the beach, go to Florida, get some orange juice, just squeeze it on there.
Squeeze it on there.
I was okay. You guys remember that weird leg thing I had?
Yeah.
Like I still don't know what it is, and I do have a permanent discoloration on my leg from where that was.
Yeah,
the
see,
pain
what
is
is
gone,
going
the itchy
on?
is gone. So like, there's something skin related. Fucking.
Did you give it to me? You gave me herpes.
I gave you from my knee all the way over here.
Yeah,
her boobs.
Yeah, maybe we caught it in Kentucky and it's just showing, like, because we're stressed. It's just starting to like show now.
Well, now I'm worried I'm gonna get something,
right?
It's because I got the flu. Maybe it was because I got sick or something.
Maybe I haven't really been sick. So
maybe that is the sickness. It's just like you were like fighting it so hard. You're like, I have work. I can't be sick, and it just all went to your tit and just bubbling out.
And like we had like a snowstorm, and like I still have to go to work, like because I like care for people, right? I can't like leave them stranded.
Yeah.
But no one's in the office or anything. The managers.
Yeah.
And they get like the family days coming up. They get that fucking day off to be with their families. I'm spending it with my other families. Like it.
I always feel bad because like lyrics therapy, like I think they get 1 day off or 2 days off that they actually are closed, and that's Christmas Day and New Year's Day. Other than that, every holiday they are open. So like our schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. So every holiday that's on a Monday, every holiday that's on a Friday, she still goes to therapy.
She still shows up.
And I always feel bad for the workers that are working with her. I'm just like, you probably got shit to do.
I just feel like if you're someone in like the helping profession, you understand that like, you put others first a lot. Like you shouldn't. You need to like balance it out or you get fucking burnt out.
Boundaries.
Yeah. I don't get any holidays off. Monday, like it's whatever, depends on the day. I do sometimes get time and a half, but it really depends on the holiday. Like the managers will get the day off, but I don't get time and a half. I feel like if the manager's not coming in, I should get paid extra.
I agree.
But
what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking some Michelob Ultra. It's Valentine's Day during this recording, and I was like, Chris, I need alcohol. So he ordered me a case of beer, and then he was like, I ordered you a case of beer. Can you give Pumpkin his needle? Because Pumpkin doesn't like the way Chris gives the needle. So he's been swiping at him lately. So I was like, yeah, no problem, because you got me beer. So
Yeah, tradesies.
Tradesies. Our relationship's transactional. You
Mine
scratch my
too.
back, I scratch yours.
I get extra bonuses all the time for doing things. Like it's fine. Sometimes that's how life works.
Yeah, it's true.
Sonia, what are you drinking?
I am drinking non-alcoholic drinks. We just complained about me working all the time. But I pulled my back today, so like I took so much stuff. Like so much stuff that I was like walking in like my dining room and I thought there was a step and I tried to walk over it. Like there's no step, obviously. It's a flat surface. So I'm having a good time. Like that.
Yeah, no,
which is the
that's
goal.
good.
It's the goal. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
And you, my friend?
I'm just drinking ginger ale.
Just
So-
a ginger ale.
Yeah. I was gonna drink so my friend got me the 7-Up Shirley Temple, which is like an American one that like
You have
I don't
a
know where it's
friend?
founded.
What? And it's not us?
What
It's not
fucking friend?
yours. But
You
her name was Sam,
whore
guys. Anyway, so she got me one of those, but I forgot to grab it, so I'll save it for another day.
That's good when you can record proper with the proper sound because we have technical difficulties all the time.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yes.
Yeah. One day we'll have a podcast studio
I know.
and a
I'm
guy
so
that will run
excited.
it for us. So we don't have to touch the technology.
September's in like
It's so
fuck,
close.
7 months. Okay, I had to do math and it was really bad. I'm like, it's the 9th month of the year, but we're in the 2nd month. How many months is left?
I only know because September is my half birthday. So I would have been like, oh, in March it's 6 months, so 7 months for February.
September is 2 months until my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many fucking birthdays. September I have 2.
Stop
kids.
being born.
I know. What the fuck?
Should just assign birthdays.
Yeah, like I need this spread out, so we're gonna change it up. I feel
Yeah.
like if you do that early enough in your child's life, they won't know, so it's fine.
If I had a
Like-
Christmas baby, that's what I would do. I'd be like,
You're like-
actually, you were born on what's a good time? January 16th.
Well, no, because then you're still paying off your bills. I feel maybe like in October would be
Yeah,
better.
you can't. I mean, it's a lot hard. Like I thought I could push it a couple weeks. You're like, no, we're pushing it months.
Yeah, like 2 months. But like when they're older, it wouldn't matter. Like, do you feel 6 months older when 6 months goes by?
Not at
Yes.
33, but at a 6-month-old versus an 18, like versus a 12-month-old, there
You
is
don't
a
need
bit
to
of a
tell-
jump
They don't
there.
know. They're babies.
Like you're introducing someone to like your 6-month-old, but they're actually like 4 months old.
No,
just-
you only change it for your kid. Like once they hit like kindergarten, you're like, okay, this is your new birthday. Like that's because they won't know until they start meeting other kids that have birthdays. They're like, oh shit, I'm supposed to have a
Yeah,
birthday.
but wouldn't you have to like tell the parent, like people to like not tell
You
the
just-
kid when
you just
their
be like,
real
oh, we're
birthday is?
changing. Yeah, no, like I feel like no. I feel that's the parents. If the parents want to do that, that's their right. It's a Christmas. It should be an unwritten Christmas baby rule. Like,
But you're allowed to go 2 months forward or 2 months back within birthday
Right.
change.
as long
okay,
as it's the same year,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like if you have too many kids in the same month, you can like spread them out as well. Like
Fair.
it's just
It's all
No.
arbitrary. It's all made up.
it's all fucking made up. Like and like once you're 80, every day's a gift, like it doesn't matter. So it's 2 months.
You're like, why haven't I died
Yeah.
yet?
Oh, maybe in 2 months when it's my birthday. Like
Oh, okay. Spin.
be a good one.
Did we?
Right. I think so.
Maybe. Okay. We'll try another one.
But the wheel likes to mess up a little bit. I think I
Fine.
put things on.
Only YouTube knows.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. If you're in prison, would you feel comfortable doing conjugal visits?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Hold
Yeah.
on. If you're in prison, people are already going to see you shit, piss, and take a shower. Like, there's no privacy. Who gives a shit if they see me fuck? Like, yeah, I'm getting conjugal visits.
Like with a
Yeah.
guard there?
Like I said, they already seen me in, like, vulnerable areas. It does not matter.
I feel like maybe like kind of like when you give birth, they're like at this point, everyone's seen everything I have to offer.
Yeah.
So like if we need another person in here to like
At least
See
this
what
way,
that
I'm
meant.
getting off. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, if you can ignore that part. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that can't get into it fully with that, at least probably the first few times. Me, I would fuck in front of you two. Like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah,
I would.
you're
If
like,
Chris
whatever.
is down, like, we're okay. Sure. I feel like
Just to,
getting
like,
him
walk
to do the
around.
conjugal visits is going to be the hard part, you know?
yeah,
It's gonna be-
I don't think, like, Dave could do them, but I could.
I know. I'd be like, okay, bring in my other husband. No.
Yeah. If you can't provide, like, get someone else then.
Just like tag you in.
Well, I've been rewatching Jersey Shore, which like I used to watch back in the day, and like they're fucking in front of each other. Well, they're fucking in front of each other like all the time because they're like in rooms like sharing, like their beds are like right side by side, and then there's also the cameras and like people with cameras running around, and I'm like, well, if Jersey Shore can do it, I can do it in front of a guard that's probably seen like 5 conjugal visits today.
Like, yeah, this is like a sixth one. And
Yeah.
completely desensitized to whatever's happening.
It's like when you go to the OBGYN, you know, they're not like judging your vagina in that way because I've seen so many vaginas.
I still always worry. Like,
I
like
still fold my underwear in my pants and, like, wrap it up so they don't see my underwear, though they're going to be, like, faced in my crotch. I don't care. Like, don't look at my
for
underwear.
some reason, underwear is more intimate than vagina.
Yeah,
Like, why is that?
I don't know. I'm like, don't look at my underwear.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That should be studied.
Yeah, why are we so ashamed of our undies? But yeah, but have at it. Like, you're down there.
Yeah, I view going to the OBGYN as like same as the dentist. It's like shit might not
yeah.
be perfect, but as long as it's clean. You know?
Yeah.
Like I might extra brush my teeth that morning or extra
Extra
Clean-
comb.
yeah. You know, do little braids, make it nice. But you know, it's not gonna be perfect, but I can promise
Oh
you
my
it's clean.
Next time, I'm gonna like put a little Brett in it, like just twirl up the little top hairs, like right on top there at the hood, and like just put a little Brett, and like so it like kind of like curls up like a cute little pebbles thing.
Oh my god, you
I'll see if they
should.
notice. I'll be like, I did this for you, and like it'll be great because I need a new one, like a new doctor. So it'll be like my first visit with this person.
Oh
I
my
feel
god,
like that's
they're gonna be like, no,
I
we
feel
can't
like-
take the patient anymore.
No, I feel like that's the only time you can do that is when
Right.
it's your first visit.
yeah, like I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, what do you-
Like if you're seeing you're the same OBGYN you've been seeing for 10 years, and then that time you go in with a little barrette hairstyle down there, I feel like they're gonna like call someone for like mental help for you. They're gonna be like, something's changed. Get her an MRI just to rule it a brain
Yeah.
tumor. Like
I just having fun with you. Like you're doing your first time, you could be like, oh, you know, fun little icebreaker.
I always wanted to like do that thing where like if you're getting a colonoscopy, you roll up a note and put it between your butt cheeks for them to find when you're like passed out, you know, and they just find a little note from you. Yeah.
People do that?
Yeah, actually, quite a few.
I just feel like it'd be a gross nose. Like it'd be moist. Like it just.
Well, like you
It'd be
clean
covered
your
in hair.
ass. Like you don't have to like put it in until like
No,
right
like-
before you put it down.
Oh, I guess. I was like,
How sweaty is your ass?
I'm nervous. Like you can keep your hands, but those butt cheeks, they drip. They're like, oh no.
I'm just saying, you're already in a hospital gown. You just bloop. You have to stick it in your asshole, just slightly between the cheeks.
Because when they slightly spread it, it just like, bloop. Oh my god, put it in one of those mini bottles, and then and then it's like washed off from shore.
Message in the bottle. You know what? Sprinkle some sand in your ass for extra effect. Let us know how it goes.
That's one way to get like a chronic yeast infection problem. Like fucking,
You gotta commit to the bit, Sonia. Commit to the bit.
sand. Like when your ass crack is gonna spread, there's gonna be so much bacteria. You're not gonna come back from that. There's only so much committing to a bit someone can do.
Your colonoscopy comes back with like so much shit because like it's dense.
Like this new microorganism.
Like we've never seen this in someone's ass before.
I was like, there's no way no one has put sand up their bum for fun before. Like, I can't be the only one. You
Where
guys
did
aren't
you
living.
get this sand? We need to test it.
Like, and the whole like Hamilton shut down, like the dome goes over top of it.
All because of your butt sand.
Yeah, they're like, oh no. Like the CDC, like whatever Canada's version of that comes in.
I feel like we should fuck with medical professionals more. I feel like if I was giving birth again, that's what I would do.
A message in a bottle, like the baby came.
Just stick it in my vagina, have that come out first. It reads in like baby crayon. Like, oh my god,
it's the nose. It's a gender reveal before the baby comes out.
It's a boy.
it's one of those poppers. The color confetti coming out between your legs.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Contaminate the entire hospital. Vagina confetti.
Oh my god, we need to market vagina confetti.
I'm pretty sure like some strip club already has.
Well, for our Patreon opinionated Lushes strip club, we'll market our vagina confetti.
Oh, my cheeks hurt.
Okay, conjugal visits.
I don't know if I could do it.
Really?
Yeah. It'd just be maybe if I was in there for like 2 years or something and I didn't have like a side piece. Like I couldn't do it like on a schedule. I don't know.
Is that the part that like the schedule's the part, or is it like
there's like so many other people like have done it in the same space that day, and I feel like they might not have cleaned it. Maybe if I had the first appointment of the day or first appointment of the week, right after cleaning that appointment.
you like save up your money for commissary to try to buy some like Lysol wipes?
Bring bleach.
Well, if it's fabric, that's definitely not gonna help.
Oh my god. Quick, let's just do it standing. Like don't touch anything. Not the walls.
You would have hated Jersey Shore. Oh my god. They have the smush room, which is the only room with a double bed. So anytime someone brings like people over to smush, sometimes they would take that bed and
Smush.
all of them, like they're not cleaning it every day. It's just This mushroom. I'm actually surprised that none of them got like STDs that like came out.
Yeah, like they're not like open about.
Yeah, but I feel like if I'm in prison, like STDs are like my least.
Yeah, because like if
Yeah.
you're doing conjugal visits, you're in there for life, right? Like you can wait 6 months, I'm sure. Like, but
How often do you get conjugal visits?
and on my phone, I can't check. But like, I imagine they're like you earn them, like you behave. I don't
Probably.
because like it's not considered a human right. You have to like ask a judge and stuff.
I mean, it should be.
Yeah.
And like,
It's
sex
part of
should
the
be
hierarchy. Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's like sex should be a human right, but also like that does your rights never infringe on someone else's rights, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
why incels are a problem. I know there's like one of those social democracies like Sweden or something
Yes, they have-
that has they pay prostitutes for like disabled people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then oh my god, imagine doing so like I do like respite care and I help other people. What if like one of those days was boning day? Like what do I get special training for that?
Yes.
Well, are you the one boning, or is
No,
the
no.
boning professional coming over?
There
and
is
then...
the boning professional and I am
Okay.
there
Oh,
to
then no. You don't get
assist
special
in-
training.
So you probably just make sure the
Listen.
space is clean, maybe
Yeah.
clean up after, bathe after, make sure they have a condom.
like just supplies and snacks.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And then you go on your break.
I'm like, yeah, I'll come back like later when the time's done.
And then you tidy up after, give whoever a bath, and you're good to go.
Spray down with the hose. No.
Did you have a good time?
You're like talking about it while you're washing their hair. Buddy.
Melissa's my favorite.
Yeah, she's so much fun, eh?
I went on my break and I could hear you guys still.
So I looked up, and in Canada, inmates can have they're called private family visits, PFVs, with visitors up to 72 hours every 2 months. But the
72
frequency
hours?
says the frequency of visits may vary by institution. There's security measures in place, blah 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 blah. Inmates could also get married in Canadian prisons.
Yeah.
In federal prison, you have to call 48 hours ahead. That's so every 2 months, I guess.
You get 72 hours.
3
Up
days,
to 72 hours. So it
3
depends on the
days of
institution.
boning,
If you're at a very good facility.
right? Yeah. Minimum security.
I was gonna say, yeah, you'd be in minimum security. You couldn't be on max.
Yeah, they have those like ones that like I think there's like one prison in Quebec where it follows like the Denmark model where it's like little private little cabins.
Yeah, they're cottages.
Yeah.
That's where what's her face went.
Who now lives
Karla
in that,
Homolka.
now
Yeah,
lives
no,
in
she was at the
Niagara
cottages.
Falls. Yep.
Under a
Listen-
different name.
Yeah.
St. Catherine's. So her kids go to school with a
Can you believe she
Somebody I
had
know.
kids?
yeah. Like, how the fuck do you get kids? How did Children's Aid not fucking get involved in that? You don't
'Cause she served her
deserve a
time.
family. No, I don't care.
I know. Okay, listen, I'm agreeing with you. I'm
Listen,
just saying wise because
there's there's people who get their children taken away due to being stuck in domestic violence situations. They
Yeah.
leave these domestic violence situations. They don't fucking get their kids back. Because they've been adopted out when they shouldn't have been. And then you fall in love, your life is great, and then you get pregnant. Children's Aid takes your fucking kid away without like trial or anything. Like, but Karla fucking bitchy face was able to rape and murder people and then have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zero justice.
Zero. And like I totally believe in like rehabilitation, including for like murderers. But that doesn't mean you put children in that environment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like that's where I draw the line. Like she did her time, justice system might not have given her enough, whatever.
Which means she can go marry someone else. Who cares? But like having kids is a total
She
different.
could live her life, like just not with children.
No, if you're
Get
a
a
sex
dog
offender,
or a cat or
in any
hamster.
capacity, you should not be able to have kids if you're a sex offender. I don't care.
Yeah, or murderer, or both.
Yeah, so
Like Karla Homolka.
Yeah.
Yeah, she also is known as Karla Leanne Teal, and Leanne Bordelaise. Bordelaise. Yeah, so.
No, she's just living her
Fuck
best
women.
life.
It's all women. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
All of
that. But seriously, like I feel like whenever it's like, oh, it is a woman that does these things, I almost feel like more betrayed. Like when it's a man, it's expected.
Yeah.
Like, how could you? Like, we've been
I'm one
working
of
so
you.
hard to like get ahead, and you
We
just
want
we
one
just go
good
back.
year, guys. One good
Yeah.
year for women. Just one. Give us
Just one.
one.
In 100 years. 100 years.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
I don't like when it comes to prison. And this is the bad childhood trauma talking. I used to like as a kid be like, oh, prison sounds nice.
It sounds nice now.
I'm like, wait, a schedule unpicked by me, food that I don't necessarily have to cook. Like, I don't care if it's crap. I didn't cook it. I didn't plan it. I didn't have to go to the grocery store and think about it. Books,
Laundry,
sometimes.
not having to do, like someone else can do
Unless
it.
you have the chore to do it.
Yeah,
right?
unless
Like,
it's but if you don't,
yeah. And like, no, it's amazing. Like, there's like a Simpsons episode where Marge goes to prison and she's like, this is the fucking best day. He's like, oh, it's time to go get exercise. She's like, I never get time to exercise.
Yeah. Like, I feel the same. And like, it's funny because like now I resonate with that Marge episode. But as a child, I used to resonate with like the Lisa episode when she went to boot camp with Bart. She didn't have to.
Yeah.
But she was like, no, I'm gonna get told what to do, and I'm gonna prove that I can do it, kind of thing. And I'm like, well, I can do slave labor in prison. I can do anything, I guess.
Right. You can do any, like, and you get left alone. Well, like sometimes people bug you, but like most of the time you get left alone. Like, I don't really want to talk to you, so they're like, go off, do other stuff.
Just do resting bitch face, and then they'll think you're gonna stab them, and then maybe they'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
or they
like,
find that a challenge and they're like accepted.
Like, but
And then they're
prison isn't like what it is on TV.
No,
like
no.
sometimes, like it is, but like most of
I
the
was
time
gonna say,
it's not.
sometimes it depends on like what level of security you're at.
And
Yeah.
the
Like-
reason, like if it's gang related, sucks to be you. If you're like a predator, again, sucks to be you. But like if you're just like some bitch that stabbed her husband, people be like, cool, whatever, do what you want.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're poor, also sucks to be you. And depending on where you live, because then you're like I mean, we live in Hamilton, so we have Barton Prison, and so many
Ew.
prisoners died there during COVID.
I know.
Just because they weren't getting people die there because there's like no air conditioning during the summer.
They're
Like, and
overdosing
stuff.
over there a lot too.
Yeah, because
Like-
who's bringing in the drugs? Well, obviously the
guards.
fucking
The
people working there.
Yeah, it's always the
that way.
guards. Always.
It's just like when drugs come over the border to our country, it's always the citizens.
Always
Yeah.
the white family people. Okay, I don't smuggle drugs over, but I do smuggle like board games, board game table, like appliances. And like you get caught, you're like, oh no, sorry. And like then they're like, oh cool, it's fine. You know how many fucking drugs I could have like passed on over? It is Canadian white families bringing shit
And
over.
it's like a lot easier to like stack drugs in your car, like in the car, than it
Yeah.
is for like illegal immigrants to smuggle it up their ass. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like they're looking for that. Like versus like inside your car. So
In your
like,
grocery bags. They just look, oh, you went to Walmart? I did. Yeah, like that's it. That's all they see.
yeah. So yeah, it's always so when it comes to prisons, it's always the, you know, COs and stuff working there.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they just abuse the power, right?
I feel
learned-
like. Oh, sorry. Go.
Yeah, no, I said I learned that when I took community and justice services. Like they teach it to like college students. Like don't be those people.
But
they
where's
end up
the
being those
money?
people. Right? You don't get paid. And like there's like a lot of like domestic violence happens with people like in those positions. Like they're so stressed because it's such a stressful like type of situation. It's not an excuse, it's a reason. Then they go, because I don't want to be like, oh, they're so stressed, they can't help it. But no, like and then they go home and they abuse their families because
Or they abuse the inmates. Sometimes they don't even leave.
Yeah, they don't even
before they start
get
the
home.
abuse.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
it's very common. There's like their hours are too long. There's not enough workers. It's like nurses, but you know, nurses aren't going around killing people. Well,
Oh, I was gonna say actually.
some of them are. Some of them are.
Some of them are doing that
Not
actually.
as much as
Well,
like,
it's hard to say because,
sure,
like, could we get an accurate number of nurses of COVID
I guess
patients?
not, because like
It's hard to
during
tell
COVID,
sometimes,
right? Like there was so understaffed that like my mom's oxygen stopped and no one was able to go check on her.
Mm-hmm.
Like her machine that she was on to breathe stopped and no nurse was available. Like,
Fucking crazy.
yeah.
I get so mad, like just hearing your story and then like knowing like people were not taking COVID seriously at the time.
Yeah.
And it just makes me so fucking mad about it. It's like, bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
like people got to work, but you should have been taking like proper precautions. Like it's just that whole situation could have been avoided.
mhm.
Like even if my mom vaccinated, she didn't because she listened to other people and she felt that she just shouldn't have needed to. So it's just like it was just so much like misinformation, and maybe you should listen when I talk.
They never do. They never do. Like my father-in-law, the last big blow up, because I get blow ups with my in-laws. The last big blow up was over the fact that like Biden, like he was like, Biden's a leftist, and I was like, no, he's not. Like this was years ago. And I was like, no, he's not. And we got into this big blow because he's like, he's making people wear pro-gay shirts, and he's not even against gay people. He just didn't like being told to wear a shirt that said, like, I don't know. And I was like, Biden's not doing, like, what the fuck? We got in this big yelling match, and now after seeing how like Biden has acted over these past few years, he's like, oh, Biden's not a leftist. I was like, yeah, no fucking shit. Now can you just like listen to things I say, because I've been right so far. So
yeah,
just like shut up. But now he's just arguing with us about the liberals. So they never learn. But I don't know.
People just still being told what to do. Like my biggest thing is like I nag at people I care about to be healthy. That is like my biggest thing. It always has been. I'm like, you're causing harm to yourself and you're causing harm to your other family members. And like, it's just like, whatever. And like, that has always been like, my biggest annoyance, I'm sure, is you aren't taking care of yourself. Like, stop it. But, you know, nobody likes to listen.
Yeah. I always have I have hard lines and soft lines. There's some opinions I have that I'm like, this is my opinion based in the facts I know, but like if you don't agree with me, whatever. And then there's other things where I'm like, okay, if you're not agreeing with me, you're actively like harming others. So that's no thank you. And one of those was with COVID. It was like in the beginning, like not getting vaccinated, not wearing a mask, not doing shit. And I'm like, you should be the one on a ventilator, actually. Like not everyone you're fucking infecting. Like,
oh my god, when people like say it's planned, it was planned. Planned from what? Like who? There is no big world conspiracy. Like you're fucking crazy.
Okay, but even if it was planned, okay? Say it was planned. All you not vaccinating, not wearing a mask showed was that they can send more viruses over here and you're not going to do shit and you're just going to let your country die. So I don't care if it was planned. You still need to do the antivirus things.
Like, that, right? Like, that's like a good counterpoint, right?
Like, what the fuck? It doesn't matter. It's in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't matter. I don't care where it came from. Just don't infect me and my family, please.
Yeah, like, can you not make me sick? That's great. And like, I've had COVID once and I felt so bad having it because before I found out I had it, I was like at like a board game thing and I was like, oh my God, like telling people I have it, like I'm giving them like an STD. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. But everyone was like so sweet. So I was like, oh.
Chris brought it back from a show. The only time we had positives, like Chris brought it back from a show, and I was so mad. Like I was so mad, and not even just like at him. I was just like mad that like I did everything right.
Yeah.
And he brought it back, you know?
I'm the one that brought it into the house. I went to like a Christmas market to sell things. And
I'm sure he felt guilty. Like, that's the thing. It's like...
It's like, oh, fuck. Dawn's had it like 10 times. I'm pretty sure she's had like every single strain.
Yeah. I'm surviving, unfortunately. Like, damn. Like...
Oh my gosh, that was like the man voice. I'm like, are you guys okay?
I know, I got scared.
I felt zero guilt.
He was
I'm
listening.
kidding. I was so pissed off. It was a great show, though.
Well, I'm glad it was worth it.
Yeah. It really was worth it. Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. You just gave me a heart attack. I thought I was gonna have to fight. Like,
I know. I was like, oh my God, there's a man with you guys.
Okay, I'll stop.
That's okay, because I could kick your ass. We all know it.
Yeah, she would easily kick my ass. Actually, she kind of kicked my ass once.
I punched you one time in the gut, and it was
painful.
It was painful. It does, but getting punched in the gut is painful. Like, fuck, it's not rocket science.
I've apologized. This was 8 years ago. Come on.
I feel like women, I don't know. I feel like all three of us could probably cause a lot of bodily harm to our significant others.
Yeah.
Like, I know I can, and I know Dawn Marie can. And
Yeah,
I'm
Dawn
pretty sure
talks about
Jessica can.
beating Dave's ass all the time.
Yeah.
It's like we have neighbors that like ask him like if he needs the like battered husband's hotline or whatever all the time. They're like, "Hey, is today the day?" It's like, no.
The one time Chris is talking about was because I was really drunk and he was telling me to like calm down because we were leaving Sound of Music to get to an Uber to get to our car. He was sober and I was not.
She's like, violently drunk. You're like, fuck you.
Well, no, I just did the like, leave me alone, you know? And I just caught him perfect with the backhand in the gut. So it wasn't like I was like I wasn't
like an uppercut.
No, it was like don't tell me to calm down.
I've caused so much more harm than that playing with Kyle. Like,
I just connected it well, I think, you know, because I was drunk strength. I didn't realize.
Yeah. I like to.
I apologize. Okay, I feel bad about it.
Like Kyle will be like walking by, and I'll be like, bam, like. It's okay. We're not having any more kids. It's fine. Like,
don't need them for anything else or anything.
No, and it's just for funsies.
Does Kyle think it's fun?
Well, like, we're like, I'm like a bully. I am a bully. I am mean. But then like he does this thing like in my inner thigh where he'll jam his fucking thumb, and like I'd like. Usually, like, when we were, like, play wrestling, he'll, like, kick my ass and I won't give up. But, like, just fucking, like, I'm like, oh, my God, it hurts so bad. Like,
oh, no.
I feel like it hurts more than when I hit him in the balls. Like, I become, like, limp. You know?
You're like, this definitely hurts more than hitting him in the balls, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it does. Like, I feel like it.
You know what I like to do? I sometimes like to pull Dave's leg hair, like when I'm laying near him and like he just says something like stupid, so I'll just like pull his leg hair and he's like, "Stop, that hurts." And I'm like, "No, it doesn't." Shh. And I'll pull his
Sometimes
leg
Chris
hair
pulls
again.
my leg hair, so I get it.
Oh. I used to like pinch the inside of Kyle's arm and like really quick, just like a playful like bugging. But then like I found out that like it used to happen to him a lot as a kid with autism and super like emotional. And I was like, okay, like, never doing that again.
Yeah,
But then sometimes I have to
communicate
stop
that.
myself. Yeah. And like since it was like such a habit for a long time, sometimes but now like we'll be playing and I'll be like, "You want a pinch?" Like that's
Now it's a threat.
now it's a threat.
I know your traumas. Don't make
That's
me use
right.
them.
Like it's just like, oh my god, I feel so bad.
Well, today is like the 11th year of like the anniversary of when Chris and I first knew we existed. I can't say we first met because it was like online, but it was like Valentine's Day when he first messaged me on OkCupid. And so it's like, I'm like, I can't believe it's been 11 years and like, there's so much I haven't pinched yet. Like I have, I have to get to it.
20 years, like the past October 23rd that passed, that was like our 20-year anniversary of boning for the first time. Like,
I love that.
No, oh sorry, it's the 22nd. The 23rd is his dad's birthday. Like,
I get them mixed up.
like, oh, and I only know that because like his mom called him the next morning. They're like, "Tell your dad happy birthday." So like it's like engraved in my brain. Like,
yeah, the anniversary of Chris and I boning is like my son's birthday, so I can't.
Like, oh, it's weird to celebrate it. Like,
oh yeah, because like my that was when my son had gone for his birthday to see his biological father, because this was before he was completely out of the picture. I hadn't seen him for 2 months. Of course, he wanted to take him for the birthday weekend, and I was like, okay. And so since I was like my first weekend in months without my son, Chris booked a hotel because he lived at his parents' house and I lived in my apartment but didn't own a bed. So we went to a hotel.
that's sweet.
Yeah. It was like losing my virginity all over again.
It's like you have to be all sneaky about it.
Yeah. Like we
Sort
like
of,
boned so much in the car because like for a little bit I had to live at my mom's place and he was living at his parents' place and I was like, I'm 24 years old. Like
oh my god. Remember when it was comfortable to bone in the car? Like, I was like, how did we ever fucking do that? Like,
I was like 100 pounds lighter. Like I had room to move.
I think pretty much, yeah, same thing. But still, I'm just like, even like, just like the energy, like, fuck, like if I'm going to take my pants off, I'm having high quality orgasms. That's like, it's not being like this quick little 15-minute whatever. Like,
I can't even do blowjobs in the car anymore, like bending that way.
Oh my gosh,
No.
that hurts already.
Like I have no lumbar support.
Yeah.
You have to like twist and then bend, and like your spine isn't supposed to do that.
Not past the age of 25, I can tell you that much.
Like, oh yeah, like you get like 4 to 40, and if you like don't like stretch before wiping your ass, like it can cause problems. Like it's just like, oh my gosh, like to be young, like to be 20 again, like no 20 years ago, I took it for granted.
I know. I wish I didn't have to work so much or take care of children.
I
can only
bending for granted.
Yeah, I can only imagine like people that got to live through their 20s without kids.
Right, the smart fuckers,
fucking geniuses.
Oh, I was like, oh, have kids while we're young so we can get it out of the way. No, I'm exhausted, and now
they're
my
there
body
for
doesn't
life.
work.
Who knew? My parents were like 18. Fuck yeah, you know.
Yeah,
and
get
it's
out.
like, wait, children are forever,
right? Well, you could be like, oh, okay, fuck off, but you know, I feel
legally,
like
I guess, but
yeah.
even then, like now they're putting laws like on the board for like to force younger people to have to take care of their older parents. So
Yeah, they're giving like loans or something. It's not even free. It's a loan to build like a granny shed in your backyard so your
Yeah.
parents can live there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even like my parents. Like, why are you making me? It's okay, I'm an orphan now, so I don't have to worry about it. But like, Kyle's parents are still alive. Like,
I'm
they're
always worried. Like, they're gonna come for me. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you're making decent money. Come take care of us." And I'm like, "No."
I'll be like, I can't. I'm poor. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'm too
I'm
busy
the
paying for my
poor.
therapy.
Ugh.
I feel like. Oh, sorry. Go.
No, I was like, could you like not prove in court that they were kind of like toxic and they would not be beneficial? Like, is
It
that
really depends on the laws. So, like, not in Canada right now, and certain provinces are different too. Like in Quebec, grandparents have more rights
Mhm.
than like here, say. But in like the states, some of the red states are putting like laws in place where younger people are being responsible for their parents in later life so that the government's not responsible for them, basically. So it's like, even if you are estranged from your parent, they're still legally your parent, you might be financially responsible for them once they can't live on their own. And so it's like, yeah, you're kind of they're forcing that so that the money comes that way towards private corporations versus the government, and anything that happens in the States comes here. So
We have that. There was somewhere recently where it was like a mother was like, I need an allowance to take care of like my house.
you can get paid to be a caregiver for a loved one.
No, it was they were demanding, like they wanted allowance like to survive. They're like, oh, I would want you to give me monthly money
Oh, yeah.
from their kids. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I feel like that's one step closer to having them. What is funny though is like a lot of other cultures like have like generations living together, and I feel like how that is good, but at the same time I feel like how like mentally damaging can that be if they were like so toxic and abusive to you, but since it's part of your culture you have that like guilt if you don't. Like, it's
yeah. I also feel like part of that is also in that culture, like the matriarchs take care of their family, at least maybe not emotionally, but at least, because that hasn't even been considered a thing until recently, but at least physically. So you see like these mothers that become grandmothers still living with their kids, and maybe the kids' wives move in or whatever, and they're still the ones cooking all the meals and and setting the schedule and doing the cleaning and stuff like that. So at least you're getting that care. But I feel like a lot of our generation barely even got that care here, at least from us whiteys that didn't have culture.
The poors, that's what it was. It was like the poor's people,
but
right?
Poors
like,
have community, and like you see, like in certain cultures, like they're poor and they still like take care of their community. I feel like white people in general are just very individualistic. So adding poorness on top of that, it's like I remember my mom not wanting to talk about our financial situation with anybody.
Always quiet. It's hush.
I'm like, we live in social housing.
Yeah.
Like, they know.
We don't have any hydro and the cockroaches are like running rampant. Like, people know.
These pants look like floods because I've grown out of them for 2 years.
Like, people know we're poor. I don't know what you're trying to hide. But like, I feel like if people were more open about like how much money, like not how much money, but like we're struggling. If like, then people wouldn't be so ignorant to, it's not as bad as people say it is. It's fucking bad. Like, I feel like people should be like, like I had to go to the food bank and there wasn't enough food. I feel like people need to be more open about that so they realize the need for extra supports. I just like,
and that leads to like workers organizing, because so that they can actually like change things, because literally it's I feel like economists are like, oh, it's not that bad. You know, the 2008 recession was worse. And
They
I'm
don't
like,
even understand what economy is. Like,
oh my God. Well, even like economists, it's like when you go and learn economy, like in school and stuff, you're learning it all via a capitalistic framework. That's it. Like up until you take a PhD and then maybe you branch off, all your economy is on a basis of a capitalistic framework, which inherently leads to inequality. So it's like, okay, your entire framework is that poor people are going to exist no matter what. And so you think this is not a problem? Fuck. So prisons, form of slave labor that helps our economy, sadly. But
how does this help our economy? I'm not getting paid for slaves. Like,
well, in by our I mean our country.
Yeah.
It's our countries. Like, you know that whole GDP shit that's fake as fuck.
Yeah.
They're like, look, your country's so rich because our GDP is good, and it's like, yeah, homelessness is on a rapid
See,
increase.
if we like were loud about that, like if people like, oh, I lived in my car for 6 years, like, but not enough people are like coming forward. So people are like, oh, what the government says is true. Like, we are only 3% inflation when it's actually like more than 100 due to like the shrinkage, whatever. Was it shrinkflation also?
There's shrinkflation.
Inflation.
Yeah, shrinkflation, inflation, fucking tariffs, fucking
So like it's
war.
And then like it shows in the profits of these companies too, right? Like, but people are like, well, if they're still making that much money, then people can afford it. Like they can't. They're just struggling like hard.
Yeah. It's like basic economy is like always like capitalism doesn't work on paper. So you always need a little bit of socialism to like help capitalism out again, because eventually all the money goes up and then poor people have no buying power. So then the rich people start losing money because there's no one buying shit. So you have to give the poor people money again, and it just keeps going. And it's like,
Except for we're at the point where the rich people don't have to give money to the poor people for 100 years. Like, so like that's, I feel like the scale might not matter.
yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like the buying power is gonna like, that's one reason they're putting all their shit into AI and stuff like that, because they want AI to give them wealth and not people.
That's why I would go to prison and need conjugal visits, because I'm spending lifetime in prison. Doing my Robin Hood shit, like steal from the rich.
If one of us goes to prison, do you think they'll let us all go for conjugal visits?
Like at the same time?
Well, I'm saying like, say you do something Robin Hoody and you're in prison.
Okay.
And then I'm like, me and Dawn want to come for a conjugal visit. And then we like set up our podcasting stuff.
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
think that'd be like
72
allowed?
hours?
Yeah. We just record like 100 episodes in 72 hours.
It's a family like a thing. Like, so it's not just for sex, okay? Like
No.
you could have like weekends with your kids and shit. Like it's like a tiny little apartment. But like I would not bring my kids there. Like, sorry. Like, no.
Sorry, I'm in prison now. Bye, guys.
Yeah, like we could visit in like the visiting rooms that they have and stuff, but like we are not going into an apartment where people have probably done meth and text everywhere. Okay, like my kids put everything in their mouth before washing their hands. I'm not
risking it.
like no.
They get a drug addiction, and then all of a sudden they're in prison.
They have ADHD. It's fine. Like that's okay. They'll be cool with the fentanyl. Have to worry about.
Yeah, just the dose. Just the dose.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have anything to plug today?
Just our usual like website, and hi to Stephanie Hurst, who's our VIP Patreon.
We love you, Stephanie.
Hi. Yes, thank you so much. And if you want to be VIP, that our top tier, and then our lowest tier starts at $2, and it just gets like a nice support tier. There is some like little stuff, you get all written goodies, and then 5 and up, there you start getting access to our pre-drink episodes, I think that's it.
Yeah. And don't forget to check out Books and Booze on Thursdays, as well as check out an episode released a couple days ago on our YouTube, the best of. I compiled a clips of some of our best of, and let us know if we missed anything. What were your favorite moments of Opinionated Lushes? And don't forget to rate us or review us wherever you're listening. That shit's helpful, so we appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. If you've given us the rating, fantastic. If you've given us a thumbs down, I want to know why. Like,
Yeah, can you tell us?
yeah, like, and who are you related to? Because we know it's somebody.
Yeah, whoever won, we have one star on Spotify, and I know it's someone related to us. I just don't know which one.
Like, which one? Who are you?
Who are you? Let us know in the comments below. Don't worry. We won't give names except on our Patreon.
Wink.
Wink. I guess we'll just make sure not to go to prison so we don't have to deal with the fucking there.
There's all the germs.
Because of all the germs. Because we know they don't clean that shit. That costs tax dollars.
Right. That's money they can put in their pockets.
Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening, and we will see you all next week.
Good night.
Night.